So it's like, am I taking my time? I don't want to take my time. You feel like our words are power, so we really gotta get in the habit of being precise and also being attentive with our words. Like, just from me changing that take to use, it changed the whole direction of the sentence, because now I'm not trying to take the time. I'm not trying to take everything for what I can. I'm just using it. I'm using the time. I'm using what I have. I'm using my resources. Rising family, it is your girl Goddess Emajah, and thank you for coming back and tuning in again. We are back with another blissful episode, and in this episode our topic is going to be using our time. Before we get into it, make sure you pause this video, like, comment, subscribe, notifications, turn that on. Give it what you got, okay? Because it helps the algorithm and it gives me that to keep wanting to go and keep giving y'all these messages, y'all. So show me love so that I know that y'all receiving, and I will continue to give more love, okay? But let's get into the video. My binder is being closed because today, y'all, I didn't write nothing down for bullet points for me to go off of. I honestly am just dealing with life day by day, you know, and what I'm learning is that we have to use our time. Sometimes we just I can say for me, sometimes I get so caught up on what I expected to happen, what I wanted to happen, so that when it didn't fall through, I just didn't do anything. Instead of looking at that opportunity like, okay, I can still do something, it just might not be what I planned. I can still find something that will be proactive and that will help me, whatever it is. The other day while I was making my phone, while I was doing the editing stuff on my phone, I realized I was editing and drawing, I'm personalizing. I was doing that to my phone, right? And instead of because at first I wrote take your time, because that's a famous saying, take your time, slow down, go at a pace. But then I look at the etymology of take, and take means to bring something away. So it's like, am I taking my time? I don't want to take my time. You feel like our words are power, so we really gotta get in the habit of being precise and also being attentive with our words. Like, just from me changing that take to use, it changed the whole direction of the sentence, because now I'm not trying to take the time. I'm not trying to take everything for what I can. I'm just using it. I'm using the time, I'm using what I have, I'm using my resources. It is a key difference between to use and to take. Oh my God, Joe. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's a difference between using your time and taking your time? Because I find that also I am very I need to know what's going to happen. Sometimes it's hard for me to move by faith. And it's like, for me to be so spiritual, that's something that I have to get myself in check in. How can I just move by faith? You know what I'm saying? Not have to be so sight driven, because everything is not what we think, everything is not what we see, and we aren't in control of as much as we think it is. With that, I'm really trying to just learn how to not be so caught up in my head and just use what I have, not always want to have an answer for something, but just to make this day the best that I can, so that going forward, it's like I can change my perspective of it. One thing that, if you know me, I have been seeing so much is make the best you can out of today. Make the best you can, no matter what happens. Make the best, y'all. I really didn't feel like going out and doing the vlog. I love talking to y'all, but sometimes we get lazy, we get in our head, and I'm thinking, okay, if I just push it back, but I'm like, no, I got the time, so why not? You know what I'm saying? Use your time. Sometimes our head just really gets in the midst of things, and we miss out so much because we just think it too much, y'all. And it's just we think it so much that we letting the time go by, whereas though we could have did something that may not have brought the whole puzzle piece together. We may not be able to see the whole picture, but now it's like, okay, I done did this, but now I can see why I was acting like with this area of my life. What I was just showing my dad the other day, or just telling to my dad, which I was really talking to myself too, is that there are a lot of phases to life. You know what I'm saying? There is a lot of responsibilities to take care within yourself. And I realized when people indulge in too much of one thing, everything else, you abandon the rest of yourself when you only focus on one thing. So, it's like, because I'm gonna focus on this one thing, I'm abandoning the rest of myself. No reason why I may be confused, or I may be feeling like I'm being slowed down in certain areas, or I'm behind in certain areas, because we don't do and pay attention to our whole self. Only one self that we want to be perfect, and then the rest we just forget. Like, y'all, we really gotta just use our time with what it means to become ourselves, with learning and loving ourselves, finding things that allow us to be stimulated peacefully, that stimulates our inner peace. Also, things where as though I have a job to do, I have a mission, and then that time where you need to go in and do what you need to do so you can fulfill your mission. Because also a part of living this life is having goals, doing something, serving something. You know what I'm saying? If you are watching this and you are probably connected, you feel like you want to serve maybe something or somehow, and in that we have a connection. And what that means is that do things that actually serve your mission. You know what I'm saying? Within self. And when we do things that serve our mission, we get that others, like physical or materialist stimulation that also still keeps us going. There's nothing wrong with having goals. You know what I'm saying? With having plans for your job, your career, your love, yourself. There's nothing wrong with having that kind of things you actually want to. You want to have certain order in place, or certain ideas or directions in place, so that we can move with it. But it's just like, what I'm learning really is to not neglect many parts of myself, trying to only focus on one. Use this time, everything that I have, use it to my best ability, not get in my head, and not always live in the future. Because if I just make what I have today, y'all, if I just make everything that I got today, find a way to put me somewhere, go further some way, then I've won the day. I've won the day. I may not have done everything that I said I was going to do, but I made the best out of this day. And I talked to everybody that I love. And that was it. And I stay happy. And that's one thing, like, also every day, I at least ask myself, did I make the best, and did I talk to the people that I love? I want to start adding in certain habits that is going to help me. You know what I'm saying? Help me feel love, help me feel like a person, and help me serve in more ways than one. There is so much beautiful things in the world that we can experience if we just go slowly, if we just use our time. Use what we have. It's really a lot that we could accomplish, that we could go through, that we can achieve. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me, actually at my job today, my coworker, she was telling me how another coworker was telling her the reason why young relationships don't last is because they don't know patience and they don't know forgiveness. But my question is, how come we always giving in on ourselves? How come the young generation, the Gen Z, Gen X, whatever it is, always gives up on ourselves? How come we always switching up our plans? How come we always believing in other people and not staying strong within our square? It's because we don't have the patience and we don't forgive ourselves for the mistakes that we have done. So I'm just here to remind you, forgive yourself for everything. Everything that you feel like you went wrong at, everything that you want to be better, just forgive yourself. And like, remember that we are human and that this is a learning lesson. You know what I'm saying? This is life that we are growing and going and getting through together. So forgive yourself. So that way when you forgive yourself, you're bringing in that love energy. You also bringing in that energy to what? To make the best out of it. And to progress, to move forward. You know what I'm saying? And also be patient with yourself. Like, and I'm talking to y'all. I mean, I'm talking to myself just as much as I'm talking to y'all. Like, honestly, I feel like I might be talking to somebody exactly. Like, be patient with yourself. Be patient with how blessings come. Be patient with answers. My mom told me that we will have an answer formed in question, but it will take years for us to truly get an answer for that. For the question that we formed in minutes. So be patient and know that life moves at its own pace. Doesn't move how quick we want it to be, because there's a bigger source energy that is running things, and things is just going to be how it is. So be patient, be in the flow. Don't try to go against the flow. Just use your time. Use your time and use your time wisely. Our patience is virtue, because when we are in the flow and we are just taking our time with it, it's going to be a moment and God's going to come to you. And you know how I feel like how God comes is God come to you, or may come to you in a familiar voice, feeling, thought, energy, whatever the case. Remember, something like that. He'll come to you from another place of love, instead of like you can, because we don't know what God sounds like, really. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if a stranger just popped up and you just hear somebody say your name, you like, I don't know what the fuck this so sad me. That's not God, okay? That's the difference. If you hear something, you're like, wait, did you just say that, or did I just say that? Did my mom say that, or woo woo woo? Did a thought pop up, or a memory came? Okay. But if something unfamiliar calls to you, that's not God. But if something familiar does call to you, then that is God. So that's just a side note really quick. But what I'm getting to is telling y'all is that it's gonna be a time where, so as you flowing with life and you being patient with yourself, you being patient with the world, you being patient with everything, God is gonna come to you. He's gonna tell you, okay, now this is the time to go. This is the time to work. Do it now. Go now. And if you are in the flow, if you're being patient with yourself, you're gonna be able to hear it. But if you're going against it, you too busy fighting against the flow of things, you too distracted, so you really can't hear the voice when he comes to you. So you got to make sure that you're staying in the flow and you're being open to hearing different things, the most randomest things, y'all. When I tell y'all, God came to me when today I got home, didn't really want to do the video right afterwards. I wanted to honestly chill for a little bit from my day and then get back and give y'all the energy that I want, to give y'all the healing, love, and energy, the wisdom. But something just changed my plans in my head, and I was just like, you know what? Ain't nobody here. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get this video out. Because then I could do all I was going to do, come back, then be distracted, may not even feel like it. But do this video now while you got the chance. Just do it now, get it out the way. That was probably God. Because, you know, and honestly, y'all, a few minutes after I saw this video, my peoples came in. But if I was just already out, you know, they just came in, so they ain't all loud, woo woo. But in an hour or two, we gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just got home from work, woo woo. So an hour or two, we gonna be up there. But this right here was the perfect time. You know what I'm saying? And because I'm in the flow, yes, I did want to do what I wanted to do. But then I'm also, normally I'm like, you know what? When I get in the house, I need to have a certain routine. I need to let go, clean my room, put the stuff away, don't just throw stuff around, stuff like that. So I have a certain routine when I get off work. You feel what I'm saying? So as I'm doing my routine, something then tells me, you know what, just record now. And I did, and it's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't have audience, we don't know who, but if we just stay in the flow, we use our time, and we be patient with ourselves, we forgive ourselves, we will never fail. We will never fail. Y'all, this was just my my random pep talk, my random spiritual pep talk with y'all. I hope y'all got what I said. My messages, my main points, I'm gonna leave here, then I'm gonna exit out this video, okay? My main points is to use your time and not take your time. Use your time wisely, not take your time, okay? The next one is to be patient and to forgive yourself, okay? Be patient and learn forgiveness within self first. Third one is be in the flow of life. Be in the flow of life. Don't be trying to hurry up and live life. Don't be out here just trying to plan out everything word for word. Have an idea, But don't have everything knocked down, because you can't have everything knocked down because you don't know what else life is going to throw to you. So those are my few tips from the Spiritual Pep Talk, and I hope that you found some value in today's content, y'all. You already know I do. With love, it is your girl, Goddess Emajah, and y'all can catch more episodes every Thursday at 7 p.m. So yes, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we drop a new Spiritual Pep Talk. So make sure that you come in and that you join in and that you share this video to a friend or family who you feel like might need this information as well. Okay, peace.